All right, let's jump right in. We're going back in time for this one to a story about a photograph, a newspaper, and a lie that nobody ever meant to tell. It's a court case that's almost 100 years old, but it started with a photo that seemed totally harmless and ended up changing the rules for media forever.
And that really gets to the heart of the whole mystery here. It sounds crazy, right? You're probably thinking, how on earth can a happy engagement photo possibly ruin someone's reputation? It just doesn't make sense. Well, as we're about to find out, context is everything.
Okay, so picture this. The year is 1929, the roaring 20s. And back then, newspapers were it. They were the internet, social media, everything, all rolled into one. And one of the biggest papers around, the Daily Mirror, prints a photo that's about to become seriously infamous.
Now, when you look at what they published, it seems pretty standard, almost kind of boring. There's a picture of a guy named Mr. Cassidy. He was a pretty big deal in the horse racing world, and he's standing with a woman. The caption is super simple. Mr. Cassidy and Miss X are engaged to be married. That's it. It's exactly the kind of thing you'd glance at and completely forget 2 seconds later.
So on the surface, just a happy little announcement, a piece of good news, no big deal. But what no one knew was that this simple little caption was about to kick off an absolute bombshell of a legal drama.
Because there's always another story, isn't there? And in this case, it was about someone who wasn't even in the photograph, someone whose name wasn't mentioned at all. But her life, it was about to get completely turned upside down because of it.
And here it is. Here's the twist. The one crucial fact the Daily Mirror had no idea about? Mr. Cassidy wasn't a bachelor. He was already a married man. Yep, there was a Mrs. Cassidy out there. Now, they lived apart, but in their social circle, people knew they were husband and wife. And that single hidden fact, well, it changes everything.
And this is where the trouble starts. You've got two completely different realities being created by the very same photograph. For the average person reading the paper, it's just an engagement notice. Nothing to see here. But for Mrs. Cassidy's friends, the people who knew she was married to this guy, the caption had a totally different and devastating meaning. To them, it implied that the woman they knew as his wife wasn't his wife at all. She was his mistress. Absolutely brutal.
So with her reputation totally shredded in her community, Mrs. Cassidy decided to fight back. But here's the fascinating part. She didn't go after her husband. She went after the newspaper that published the photo. And just like that, the stage was set for a massive legal battle, all about what words really truly mean. She sued them for something called libel. Now, libel is just a legal term for written defamation. It's when you publish something that harms a person's reputation so badly that it makes people hate them or ridicule them. And Mrs. Cassidy's argument was pretty straightforward. That is exactly what you did to me. Her entire case was built on this brilliant legal idea called True Innuendo. Think of it like a secret code. The words themselves, "they are engaged," look perfectly innocent. But when a small group of people have a secret decoder ring, in this case the special fact that Mr. Cassidy was already married, those innocent words suddenly take on a hidden poisonous meaning.
So in the courtroom, you have these two sides going head-to-head. Mrs. Cassidy's lawyers argued, look, to anyone who knew her, your caption implied she was an immoral woman. You wrecked her reputation. The Daily Mirror's defense was basically, whoa, hold on. The words themselves are harmless. We didn't mean to hurt her. In fact, we literally had no idea she even existed. This case went all the way up to the Court of Appeal. And the decision they were about to hand down wasn't just going to settle this one fight. It was going to set a legal precedent that journalists and lawyers would be studying for decades to come.
And the verdict was for Mrs. Cassidy. The court agreed that she had been defamed, even though the newspaper had absolutely no intention of doing it.
Now this is the most important part. The court's reasoning completely flipped the script. They said, we don't actually care what the newspaper intended to do. What mattered was how a reasonable person, armed with that extra piece of information about the marriage, would understand the caption. It's not about the writer's intent, it's all about the audience's interpretation.
And this quote from one of the judges, Justice Russell, just nails it. Liability for libel does not depend on the intention of the defamer, but on the fact of defamation. This created a standard of strict liability. Basically, if what you publish is defamatory, you're on the hook, period. Oops are bad is not a legal defense. And you can imagine for a newspaper, that is a terrifying thought.
So why are we still talking about some case from 1929? Because its shockwaves are still being felt today. Let's break down why this decision was so huge.
The case basically gave us 4 powerful principles. 1. True innuendo is real. Those hidden meanings can get you in big trouble. 2. It's a strict liability game. Your good intentions don't matter. 3. You don't even have to name someone to defame them. If people can reasonably figure out who you're talking about, that's enough. And 4, and this is the big one, the risk is all on the publisher. It is your job to get the facts right, even the facts you didn't know you were missing.
And the result of this, it placed a massive burden on publishers. From that point on, newspapers, magazines, everyone had to be incredibly careful. They had to start thinking like detectives, trying to imagine every possible way their words could be twisted or misinterpreted by a small group of people with special knowledge. And this brings us right back to our world today. We live in an age of screenshots, memes, and reposts, where context is stripped away in a nanosecond. A photo is taken out of context, a tweet is shared without the full story, and the meaning completely changes. The principles from this case are more relevant than ever. So I'll leave you with this to think about. In a world of rapid-fire digital sharing, where everyone's a publisher, who bears the risk of an accidental lie?